guys, welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing. If you saw my last video, you know I had a rough start to my morning today. When I woke up, I looked at my sourdough starter and it literally had mold. And if you know anything about sourdough starters, if it has mold in it, you cannot cook with it. It's done. You gotta throw it away. At least that's what I've seen. So I was very sad because I've been using this sourdough starter probably for 2 months now, making bread and all of that. Luckily for me though, I had some sourdough discard in the fridge, so I just fed that and turned it into another sourdough starter, and I'm surprised I have this much activity. I went ahead and I put it in the oven with the light on and created a warm environment, and it looks really good. I'm so excited because I'm going to be using this to teach you guys a bunch of recipes that I've been learning, and I'm so excited. That leads me to today's video. Today I wanted to show you guys how to make a sourdough discard recipe, banana chocolate chip bread. This recipe is so good. It's one of my favorites to make. Super easy. It literally, like, you just have to mix all the ingredients together, put it in the oven, and you're done, which I love that because if you guys know, sourdough takes forever. And then my friends have had this recipe and they also love it, so I'm so excited. To make this even easier, I went ahead and portioned out every single ingredient I'm gonna be using. That way I just have to put it in the bowl and mix it up. For this recipe, you're going to need 5 ripe bananas. You can also do 4 bananas if you want. It really doesn't matter. The recipe calls for 5. I've done it with 4 before, so do with that what you want. You're also gonna need a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I used unbleached flour. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You're gonna need 1 butter stick melted, and you don't want it to be hot when you're doing this because then it would just become cold and like hard. So you want it to be like room temperature when you do it. You're also gonna need 2 eggs and then 1/2 cup of sourdough discard. This one may or may not be a little bit active just because I just got it out of the container. But usually you want to do it with sourdough discard that is not active. We're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I use a teaspoon of cinnamon powder because I love cinnamon. And you're gonna need a cup of chocolate chips. I just used a Hershey bar and I cut it up, and I don't do a full cup of chocolate chip cookie or chocolate chip. I just do 1/2 chocolate chip and then 1/2 pecans because I really love pecans. You can do any other nut that you like, truly, but this time I'm gonna be making 2 separate cakes, so I just did 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and pecans combined, and then I'm gonna do a separate one because David wanted to do a little experiment and he wanted some white chocolate and macadamia nuts, right? Or what are these? Oh my god, I got the wrong nut. I got walnuts. What's a macadamia nut? Do any combination you like. Is really up to you and what you like. I'm gonna start by mashing up these bananas, peeling them and putting them in a big bowl. Once your bananas look somewhat like this, you're gonna add your butter. I'm just gonna add all of the butter in there, mix it up a little bit. Now we're gonna add all of our sugar in here. Crack 2 eggs. Half a cup of sourdough discard, so you're just gonna put that in there and mix it up. Vanilla extract. And then this is what it should look like. Moving on to our dry ingredients, the cinnamon and the baking soda. And I really try to not have the baking soda be clumpy because sometimes I've bitten into the bread and it tastes like straight up baking soda. So we just combine the two, and I like to do it slowly. So I'll do a little bit and then I will incorporate that, and then I'll just add the other part. Your batter should look something like this. At that point, you can go ahead and add your chocolate chips and your peanuts, walnuts, pecans, whatever you want to add to it. I'm not going to add it yet because I'm doing two different ones. So I'm going to go ahead and separate the batter into two of these. So I'm doing a round one and a square one. And then I'm going to add the toppings and mix it in here. That way I can just get the two different ones. I am going to add some butter to these. This is actually butter that I made. So proud. Any chance I get to talk about my butter, I'll take it. This is my butter stick. It's kind of bright, but I'm just gonna grab it and just go like this on the pan so my bread doesn't stick. I'm just gonna try to get it as even as possible. Right there. Chocolate and pecans in this one. And then the walnut and white chocolate in this one. Just going to kind of mix it in lightly. I'm just gonna bake these in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for, I would say honestly, 20 minutes. I'm not really sure. I just kind of check them here and there. I've done muffins before, which usually only take like 20 minutes or so. And because they are thinner, on the thinner side, they cook up quicker. So I would say I'm gonna check in 20 minutes and see how they're doing. And if not, we just leave them in there for a little bit longer. I went ahead and took the banana breads out of the oven. I actually ended up doing 30 minutes. When I went and looked at the 20-minute one, it still just didn't look ready. So I did extra 10 minutes, which now, I don't know. This is what the banana chocolate chip with pecans looks like. Very yummy. And then this is what the walnut white chocolate one looks like. I'm actually gonna go ahead and cut into this one because this is not the one that I'm going to be giving away, so that way we can taste it. It's also a different combination, and it should come out of the pan kind of easy. I'm just going to go with the spatula on the edges. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's very moist. Like, I almost thought it wasn't cooked, but it's just like really moist and really delicious. It tastes okay. It tastes pretty good. It doesn't really taste like chocolate at all, to be honest. I don't know if I'm just got a piece that didn't have any white chocolate. It's not as sweet as the regular chocolate chip banana pecan one that I make. So I don't know. But this bread is so good. Like I said, it's just so nice and moist and just very delicious. Usually what I like to do is make a glaze, like a cream cheese with maple syrup, a little bit of vanilla extract, a little bit of sugar, mix it up, and then put it right on top of the cake. That way it's like sweeter and it has more like a cake basically. But I don't think I'm gonna do that to this one. I think they're just really good on their own. I usually do it when there's like people coming over and stuff like that, just so it's a nice cake. But yeah, that is how you make some banana chocolate chip discard cake, bread, whatever you want to call it. This is just like the perfect little treat, little dessert for after you have dinner. You just have it with like some ice cream or something. It's just so good. Such a nice treat. And it's also a great way for you to use all your sourdough discard if you have any. It's my favorite way to use it up. I hope you guys love this recipe. If you guys want to see more recipe, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. My goal for this year is to make more things from scratch, and one of those things is bread. So I've been trying a lot of different recipes, and I have some recipes that I have perfected that I really want to share with you guys, and also do some experimenting with other new recipes. Definitely stay tuned for more recipes coming from me. I hope you guys like this video. I love you so much, and I'll see you on my next one.